let's now turn our attention to. Nobody will even follow you.
Are we fighting ourselves sometimes when there's an agenda? For example, there's a rape case. Others are doing so much work, and the others are countering the work of others. So you become confused as to which one we are following.
Exactly.
Whether we are protecting the victims or we are supporting the perpetrators.
Yes. So that is what I'm saying. So that's the positive mindset we need to build. There are so many people in the media landscape now who don't even understand the laws pertaining to defilement. They don't even understand what defilement means, like what it means to the individual, to the victim. So they are easy to come and do the usual politics with it. I remember some time ago we were pursuing the defilement case, and a radio presenter invites the mother of the victim to talk about it. And I was like, why will you do this? Because the law even said that when you are talking about a minor, you need to protect
them,
the image of that person. You need to make sure that people don't even know who you are talking about. And the person was called to a radio program, and when you look at the conversation, it was very provocative. The radio presenter was actually trying to provoke the woman to say so many things that will get him or whatever listeners. So I think that all form parts of the behavior change we need to do. The people who are working in the media scape should have a positive mindset. They should know the role of the media. They should know that we are not just called the fourth estate of the realm for nothing. There is a room behind that. And then the public, they should know that being a media person as to be an advocate for change, for positivism and not negativism. So when you are doing negative thing, nobody will even pay attention to you. But that is not the case now. So for me, the behavior change is the most important thing we need to tackle now. If you go to like just take 3 radio stations now, look at their top 3 posts. The one that will have the most engagement as the one that is insulting, the one that is negative. The positive one, no one even share it.
So the people applause forcing us to do things that
exactly. There is a theory that says that the media is a reflection of the society. You wouldn't come here and start speaking French because nobody will hear what you are talking about, right? So we speak English because we have an understanding that people over here speak English, right? So people do this kind of negative things because they realize that people over here appreciate the negative aspect of issues than the positive aspect of it. So this is what we need to do before we even think of certain agenda. If not,
the resensitization of what the media is.
And sensitize the people about the role of the media.
Of course.
But how do we do that? Do we have to begin organizing fora or debates?
But you come on air every day. Your platform is one. The social media platforms are one. You see, it's the consciousness.
Okay.
What do you seek to achieve?
All right.
What's your long-term, outlook? I'll give you an example. The Ga community, they are currently trying to reinstate Ga as Ga and clear that whole tree business out. When they did the assessment, the first problem was that they are teaching a Kuyapim tree in a Ga community. Why? Because there's no Ga teacher. Rather than come on air, come on social media and make noise, they set up a scholarship fund. If you want to go and teach, we'll pay you to go to school for free.
I saw they were looking for some Ga teachers.
Very good. If you are interested, I don't have the luxury of time. I would have gone for it. But you see, they are tackling the issue right from what? The basis. If people don't know Ga, what are you fighting? Do you understand my point? People see media as entertainment. Like I said last week, we are done entertaining. Let's inform and educate. So this is the time we need that, because everybody believes whoever is speaking on air. So their perception of what is coming, if it's, excuse my words, crap, that is what they are embracing. So that's what stays with them. So that reorientation, we don't need forests. We need a very, where we sat and did the bad work, we should sit there and start the good work all over again. But the consciousness is the main thing, like he said.
Albert, welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. How do I address you, first of all?
Journalist.
I should address you as a journalist. But you also lead the GJ. That's one aspect. But you are not here on the capacity,
Yes,
on that capacity.
Yes.
But we may throw some questions to you in that capacity too, because I think GJ name has been mentioned quite a lot here today.
Yes, they are our torchlights. But these days their battery is dead.
You are seeing a new GJ. I'm surprised.
Okay.
I'm surprised you are saying that.
Oh, okay.
Albert, yes, you're on.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. So, but they say bad news sells. What does that mean?
Thank you again for the opportunity, and very good afternoon to our listeners. And let me also wish Father's Day, special Father's Day celebration. I don't want to go that way first, but let me just come in from another angle.
Okay, that's fine.
The topic you put across, it demands a lot, and we cannot just argue in a certain direction to do justice to that topic. For media, we all know that the media are very powerful, and anyone who wants to control society must have the media on his or her side. So if we have the media as we have now, the media, the people working at the media houses, we must know the caliber of the people, the level of the dexterity, I mean their capacity, what they can do. We have been arguing that in the proper sense of journalism, or as it is journalists, we don't have them in Ghana again. If you are talking about journalists, I'm not sure the people in the media in Ghana that we talk about as journalists, those that are doing journalism, they are not up to 5%.
Boy.
Yes. What we have is news reporters. The person goes to an assignment or an event and comes back to reproduce what has been said at that event. He doesn't add anything to it. Even if it is a lie that has been told over there, he or she will also come and reproduce the lies. That is not the journalism. The journalism is you sitting down doing your own research. Whatever the guy has told you, you put it under the litmus test. Come out with your own facts to corroborate it or counter it, and that is what you need to produce to the public. But if you just come and reproduce, even if it is a lie or half truth or whatever to the public may be happy, because what we have also realized is that some members of the public don't actually know what is the proper news that they should be consuming.
Exactly.
So if you come up with something that you've done a great deal of work to produce, they don't appreciate it. But if you just come and channel something small, even let's say about politics, sensationalism, they are very happy that this is what but that is not what should be driving the agenda. So you see that because many people are engaging in news reporting, not proper journalism. So if you go on a monthly basis, you can count the number of feature stories that you can see or documentaries. They are not enough. But I may not even blame the journalists too much. It's a matter of resources and capacity. How many media houses can sponsor their journalists with funds to do independent, if I say independent, like enterprise journalism, that is, sit down yourself, think about the situation, and then do proper story about that. Come out with solutions, and even the solutions you come out, you must have capacity in terms of having the knowledge. That is where the education also comes in. What is your level of education? How do you understand things? So that is what we have to be looking at. So
in the absence of this that you have, we cannot do anything.
We cannot say that it is a big future for us. What we can and what we are trying to do now, and we are expecting or trying very hard that everybody should understand, is the job of the media affects the whole society.
Absolutely.
So if there is some lack of capacity somewhere, the society should, appreciate that and collaborate with the media. What I mean is, we have some well-meaning individuals or citizens who have the resources. We all want Ghana to move forward, and we have system that we all are seeing, and they are not good for us. You can, support the media. If you identify, let's say, certain media houses or particular journalists, and you support them or sponsor them, with funds to produce the stories that will cause the society. Let's say we also have NGOs in the system. They are doing a lot of projects. During project conception, they could infuse certain things like media support, which will be some funds that will come out of their project to support media to do specific stories that will drive the change. We have corporate bodies who can also do that. If the society develops, what they are all doing will get the impact that they want, because that is the impact they want already. Yes, so that is what we are trying to explain to the people to understand, and come in, support the media, like that. Supporting the media like that doesn't mean that you are buying the conscience of the media. You are just supporting them, because these days you see that it is rather some foreign donor organizations that are even bringing in resources to support some media houses and journalists to produce certain stories
to
drive the public agenda, kind of, For instance, if you look at stories being supported by Star Ghana, you are at liberty to go do whatever you want, not provided aside, but whatever you are even doing, it is a good cause. If it is about education sector, some issues there, infrastructure deficit, lack of teachers, congestion of classroom and all those things.
Of comparative advantage or disadvantage, we don't get to benefit from some of the support that Albert is raising. But is there a way, like he mentioned, I know Star Ghana, they put their money into that. First, I remember in 2014 or so, there was a bigger agenda like that. Even the local media could be part. I remember working for a media organization. Then we had funds, but the problem that punctuated the disbursement of the fund was the issue of how the funds were managed. But how do we sensitize the people? That's my bigger problem.
I think that